up. Present decline is a sugar rush. I'm laid back, but I don't front. Passenger side in the Max, if flight. Speak my mind, cause I know you won't.
What is up, guys? My name is Hussain, and today we're going to be talking about the AirPods Max, and we're going to look at if it makes sense to switch to those, upgrade to those from these guys, which is the AirPods Pro. Now, a lot of people may think that this comparison doesn't really make sense because, I mean, $249, $549, much more expensive over-ear headphones, but you'd be surprised at how similar these guys are because they're both in the Apple ecosystem, which is why I think a lot of people are going to be cross-shopping between these. Let's get into it. I think a large part of the Apple ecosystem has to do with your sense of hearing, and that's why there's always been a focus on music and experiencing things with Apple, and that's why the AirPods were such a big hit. They really rounded off the Apple experience by adding the H1 chips to these things and made it so easy that when you just bring it right next to your device, you can connect it and it seamlessly just connects across all your other Apple devices, which is honestly one of the biggest reasons why people love AirPods. Now, when the AirPods Pro first came out, they took this even further. If you didn't have like the genetically superior Apple enhanced ears where the regular AirPods would fit in, no problems, which by the way, mine's did, just saying. Then the AirPods Pro fit that gap. Quite literally. They came with multiple tips and they took audio quality to another level by adding features like active noise cancellation, transparency mode, both which were huge for me. Okay, so how did these two compare when it comes to the ecosystem? Everything these do, the Apple AirPods Max kind of just do them better. Now, is that double the price better? We're going to talk about that. Now, in terms of active noise cancellation, the AirPods have always been really good to me. I've had the Sony XL headphones as well as the Bose QC35 1 and 2. And to be honest, every time I did active noise cancellation on them, for some reason I had like all this pressure buildup and I would get headaches from it. But with the AirPods, I didn't really have that. And the same goes with the AirPods Max. I don't really feel that pressure buildup or that headachy feeling. I don't know what it is. Now, the AirPods Max takes its cue from the Pro and kind of just furthers that difference. The active noise cancellation is really good. And maybe because the cups kind of just go around your ear, I feel more sound isolation on there. The transparency mode is just like on steroids. Like I can literally hear things. It's got like 9 microphones on it and I can hear things that like my regular ears can't hear. Like if I'm just like kind of just like moving my hand around or like rubbing my fingers together in a corner on my desk or something like that, I can pick it up on these. It's really good. And as a father of 3 kids, I constantly need to be aware of my surroundings, so transparency mode is pretty much my life. And that honestly for me solves a huge issue. Like I've always wanted over-ear headphones just because of the comfort, because you don't really want headphones like these always kind of just jammed inside your ear, like your ears start getting tired. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that before, but like my ears start hurting like around the ear canal because you're kind of just trying to jam something in there. Now both these headphones also have spatial audio. Spatial audio is a cool feature. It's a neat feature, don't get me wrong. It's like basically Dolby Atmos, but in like on your ears or in your ears with the AirPods Pro. But currently it only works with your iPhone or iPad, so it's a little lackluster. I kind of watch all my content on either a TV or a computer. So until it comes to those 2 platforms, then spatial audio is just somewhat limited. But I will say this, once it rolls out across all devices and everything like that, the experience you're gonna get from these headphones is going to be spectacular. And the spatial audio on these sounds better than the AirPods Pro, and I guess that makes sense because you have larger drivers kind of forcing that sound as well. It's a more immersive experience and you kind of have sound firing towards your ear rather than like literally like stuffed in your ear and just firing into your ear. Okay, now what about editing? Now, the AirPods Max actually helped me out with editing in a place where the AirPods Pro could not. Now, the problem is anytime you're using Bluetooth headphones, you're gonna have a bit of latency between what you're seeing on your screen and what you're hearing in your ears. And that kind of sucks because it's going to exist with Bluetooth technology. It's just going to be there. It's something that you have to learn to live with. With the AirPods Max, you have the ability to connect these directly to your computer. That way you can use a 3.5mm headphone jack and get low latency for your editing workflow, which is pretty good. It's a good benefit to have. But here's my problem with it. In order to do that, you got to buy a pair of these, and these are like 35 bucks at the Apple store, and that kind of ticks me off, because you basically need to carry 2 cables, because this thing doesn't charge these headphones. It's literally just a lightning connector to a 3.5mm headphone jack. And then in order to charge them, you also need a lightning connector to like a USB or USB-C. So that means now you got to carry 2 cables. Ideally, for this price that you're paying for these headphones, I would have loved if they just had like a 1 cable solution where it was like the lightning, sure, keep the lightning port, but it was like lightning to USB-C, and you were able to use that for audio and for charging your headphones, and it was like a braided cable. Or at least include both cables and just have them braided, or something special about them. Or at least, at the very least, include both cables. Now, in terms of controls, I really like what they've done with the headphones, with the whole digital crown and then the extra button for the transparency and active noise cancellation, etc. Now, this gives you several different ways to access whatever you're listening to and also adjust your volume right off the bat. With the AirPods Pro, that was a big issue I had with them. There was no way to actually adjust your volume or anything like that. Yeah, if you wanted to change the volume on these guys, you had to go to another device to do it, or worse, you had to ask Siri. But the biggest pro for me, honestly, and I think for a lot of people that are in the Apple ecosystem, is being able to kind of just use this with all their devices seamlessly. I mean, just having the ability of, let's say, just editing on my computer to when I pick up my phone, it just automatically switches to my phone and I can just walk out of the room. I don't have to go into pairing or you know, keep changing things or toggling with things. I mean, that saves me a lot of time and saves me a lot of headache. Okay, now let's talk about sound quality. The AirPods Pro being $249 versus the AirPods Max being $549. Are they actually that much better, like double the price better? Honestly, not for me. Like, I didn't notice that big of a difference. Like, they weren't game changing or anything by any means, but the music quality in this is actually phenomenal, and there's slight differences you can notice compared to the AirPods Pro. For example, like the separation in this is really good. Even though these are close back headphones, the instrument detail is really nice. The details in the trebles and the mids is really clear and crisp. The bass is just lovely, like the sub bass, mid bass, everything is just, it's perfect. And no matter how loud these get or anything like that, there's no distortion. So it's kind of like the HomePods in terms of quality, very low distortion, great, awesome sounding speakers. Okay, let's talk about build quality. When I first got the AirPods Pro, like legit, these felt really good, high quality headphones, and they are, for the most part, like they're good, they're well made and everything, but when I got these and I held these, dude, these are hands down the best feeling headphones I've held in my hands, albeit I haven't held many high-end headphones. The thing is, most headphones to this day are kind of plastic. You know, they sometimes have like faux leather or something like down the side, or some soft touch plasticky materials, but by and large plastic. And I guess they do that in order to, like, you know, shed some weight and everything so people can be more comfortable with using them, but they don't feel premium no matter how much money you end up paying, because at the end of the day, they're just plastic. These things, from their anodized aluminum cups that rotate individually to the telescopic stainless steel frame wrapped with a soft touch material, along with the breathable knit mesh up top to reduce head pressure, as well as the mesh textile memory foam cushions, this thing shouts luxury and build quality. It's honestly a huge step up from the full plastic design of the AirPods Pro and pretty much majority of the other headphones in the market. But it does have its cons. Like because these things are all aluminum, they're pretty heavy. Like for headphones, they're quite heavy, and I think that's why Apple went with the whole mesh design up top to try to reduce the weight a bit, but these cups can get pretty heavy. Now, they're not uncomfortably heavy, but it's noticeable. With these guys on your head, honestly, these are better off used while you're seated or while you're, like, you know, basically stationary or not really moving around that much. Like, I highly don't recommend these for like jogging or working out or anything like that, because they're pretty heavy for that. And also they're not water resistant, so don't use these for situations where you're gonna sweat a lot or in light rain or anything like that. Another neat feature with the AirPods Max is the ear cups are actually detachable, and they're quite easily detachable. You can just kind of snap them off. It's all magnetic. Who doesn't love magnets? Like honestly, this makes me just want to fidget with them every time. Like, I just want to fidget. Okay, next let's talk about the case. On the AirPods Pro, I absolutely loved this case. Like, this was my favorite headphones, my most used headphones throughout the entire year. Like, it stores the AirPods Pro, it protects them completely, it charges them, and it's small enough for me to kind of just throw them around anywhere in my backpack, in my pockets, or anything. As for the AirPods Max, it makes a terrible case, but I actually think it's a pretty good cover. Let me explain. Yes, I agree. For the price that you're paying for these headphones, Apple should really have included a case that, you know, would protect the entire pair of headphones. This part up here is probably the most vulnerable part of the headphones, and I get what Apple's trying to do with these. They're basically there to protect the aluminum because it can scratch easily, but it doesn't protect this entire top part, which is what I'm even more worried about, because this mesh right here, that could easily rip. Like if I throw this in my backpack, let's say it catches onto a pen or something, or like just something sharp, it could easily cause a tear or a rip in this. Or even this top part right here, it's the soft touch material which can get dirty over time. I'm not really that worried about the whole stainless steel bending or anything like that, but the other things I am quite worried about. Ideally these things would have folded and it would have fit in a case that kind of was more protective than this, but similar size to this, but this does none of that. So that's why I'm gonna call this a cover. This is not a case. And it's a pretty good cover. When you look at it in terms of a cover, it's a pretty good cover. Like, I love the materials that it's made out of. It feels really nice. It feels premium. On the inside, it has like this soft touch texture that you know is gonna protect your headphones. And I like that. And it also has magnets. Who doesn't like magnets? I do admit, these do look very, yeah, you know what I mean. They look subjective. On top of that, I don't have anywhere to put my two cables, which I'm probably gonna end up traveling with if I take these. Okay, so let's conclude. I think Apple basically took all their knowledge in terms of creating like computational audio, phenomenal sound quality, adaptive EQ, spatial audio, all of those things that they know, and they kind of merged it with like Beats strategy, but their whole thing was fashion. Like, it was like you'd see like all the like Dr. Dre and all these like artists and everyone wear them, and all these basketball players wear them. It kind of became like a lifestyle symbol or a fashion statement. But the question still stands, are these actually worth twice the amount of, you know, what the dollars that you're spending versus something like AirPods Pro? Anything you look at, any category you look at, it always follows the law of diminishing returns. At a certain point, the more money you put into something, you're not gonna get that same amount of quality back from it, or that same amount of service back from it. So yes, these things are overpriced, but name me any other headphones that have, you know, phenomenal computational audio sound quality, class-leading active noise cancellation, transparency mode that works really well, spatial audio, extraordinary build quality, and also is compatible with all of the ease of use features that Apple has incorporated in their ecosystem. There's no other headphone on the market that can do that as well as these guys, and that's why Apple's able to charge $549 for these and still have it sell out within a couple hours. One thing's for sure, it is definitely a luxury purchase. So should you get them? Honestly, I think the vast majority of the people are gonna be more than well off with, you know, the regular AirPods or the AirPods Pro. And I think these are the headphones for the vast majority of the people out there. You get like really good sound quality, you get the active noise cancellation, you get the transparency mode, you get the spatial audio, pretty much all the features that you need, all the top end features are packed inside the AirPods Pro. So these things are still like the best headphones that you can get, in my opinion. But for those people who will end up getting like a pair of AirPod Pros for, you know, using all the Apple ecosystem features and still also get over-ear headphones for the added comfort of not having to stuff something inside their ears and, you know, just the extra audio quality, I think the AirPods Max makes a compelling argument because you don't got to spend on both those products. You will likely end up paying the same amount and you just get one product to do both. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video, you thought this video was beneficial and entertaining for you guys, and I would love to hear what you guys think about these headphones in the comment section down below. I know there's a lot of people that either feel strongly about them or are completely against them. I want to hear your thoughts on them. In any case, thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate if you guys hit that like button, and if you like content around tech, gadgets, filmmaking, and lifestyle, then make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and as usual, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.